All right, kids, y'all need to get out of the way. Oh, I'm an idiot. Watch back. Y'all get, there's feed in the bunks. I'm gonna ninja kick you. One thing about this setup, they just want to come over here and eat straight out of it, and I understand that, but I already got feed in the bunks. So this is maybe the frustrating part of morning feeding. All right, y'all, help me count them real quick. Need to find 76. Dadgummit. Already having to start over. 2, 4, 6, 68, 70, 74, 76. All right, because I'm neurotic, I'm gonna go back through them and count them one more time, make sure. Indeed, there are 76 head, so we are good here. Yes, with our little setup where we're bringing some feed to them. Again, we're doing that because if we got just as much feed at home as we got in there, we got to bring it down here eventually. I really don't want to be in a situation where I'm having to bring all 550-ish pounds that we're feeding per day on the back. So right now we haul about 300. Pack mule's holding up pretty well. Need to tighten that bolt up a little bit, got a little play in there, but that stable lock system they have is really nice. But anyway, all right, we're gonna go try to sell some cows today, so let's head on back to the house, see if we can get them caught. Put some feed out in these bunks. We'll see if we can get the cows to come up here. We've got 6 or 7 cull cows. We need to see if we can get caught. We got our pregnancy results back last week, and I will apologize. First time in a long time, we didn't have a Tuesday video upload. We were just at horse show all weekend, and the girls did good. I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on family time. Typically our videos where we're out of town at a horse show and trying to incorporate that, you guys don't watch those near as much anyway. So, but yes, our pregnancy results back. 16 that we had tested, 8 bred, 1 recheck, which that recheck cow has actually never calved for us, and she's now, well, she'll be 3 this year. Yeah, she should have calved. Her first opportunity to have been bred and calved would have been last fall, and she wasn't bred and didn't calve this spring, and then it checked as a recheck. So my suspicion is there's something going on with her repro track. Come on, mamas! Woo! Giving us that odd level. Probably also contributes to the fact that she's not getting bred. What exactly that specific would be, I'm not sure, so I'm not a cattle repro expert. Probably should be a little more of one. Go back and pull out some old notes from about 20 years ago. But anyway, we've got several. Some of those that didn't breed would have been first time heifers, including that one, but that are much younger than her, and we'll probably keep around, see if they get bred, to calve next spring. But anyway, I'm rambling. We've got several cows that we know need to go. We'll see if we can get those caught, at least have 4 or 5 of them to make it worth our trip. Come on, babies. And there's a couple of cows in particular I want to be sure we get sold. One is this cow right here, 697. She one lost a calf, got a bad bag. she's a big old cow in good shape. She'll bring good money. And yeah, that's an easy one. This is the girl that checks recheck, which I just like her look. She's just unique. Yeah, you can look at our herd and say, yeah, we until we brought all those black cows in here, what, 10 days or so ago, we didn't hardly have any two that looked just alike. But then there's one other horned Hereford cow, the one that's been kind of lame. Not that one coming right there. We didn't calve and was supposed to. Now we didn't get her preg checked, so we will probably check her this morning because I do hate to sell one that is bred back. But also have not seen her yet this morning. Need to see if we can get her up there for sure. And this one right here is gonna be a tough one. Smoky gray, coming right there, number 225. That is her heifer calf following her. And you look at that calf right there beside her, you know, her near twin. It's a big old good looking calf she's raised. You know, she's a smaller cow, but she's gonna wean, you know, a very good percentage of her body weight in that calf. But she didn't breed back. So I don't know. She was a heifer, you know, she got the job done as far as, yeah, getting, you know, what she's gonna wean, but probably ought to go ahead and get rid of her. But that's kind of the one that I'm struggling with the most. Anyway, there's the horned Hereford cow right through the woods. I don't know, we'll see if we start heading that way, if she'll come on. She hasn't been as lame here lately. So one, that'll be a good time to send her through the cell ring. Two, that may have her a little more likely to come on up here to the barn. She's kind of goofy disposition, so that's one reason she's not as easy to catch, but also the fact that she's been as lame as she has been. You know, she's just not as apt to come running up to the barn. All right, kids, y'all need to get out of the way. That old rough-looking Hereford right there, she needs to go, but she's got a spring calf. She's doing a little better job with that calf. She's actually getting around and looks a little better, but hey, she's not ready for the trailer ride. Reality is, I don't know that she's ever going to be in good enough shape to actually send her on that last trailer ride. And I don't want to sell them as a pair, especially as small as that calf is, that they wouldn't bring much of nothing. So that's one that we'll have to wait maybe by the end of the summer when we call off whoever doesn't get bred or is not getting bred successfully right now to calve early next spring. We haul some of them off. If she's in good enough shape to put on the trailer, we'll consider that at that point. So for practical purposes, I believe we've got everybody caught we need. We're gonna start letting a few of them work out. Now 217 needs to sell, as does 226 right there. She's a little goofy anyway. I wasn't terribly disappointed that she's not bred back. I like this cow a little better, but it is what it is. All right, now y'all going out of here. Of course, all the calves can go out of here. The bulls, which I guess one bull left, he can go out. All right, 104, come on, 104. And of course, 217, going 33. That actually may be her calf, which obviously a couple of these that had a fall calf and didn't get bred back that are going, this is gonna be weaning day for their calf, which obviously these calves are plenty big enough for it. Not the ideal way we like to wean. We like to do a little fence line weaning, just separate them, leave the babies pinned up where moms can come up here and check on them for those first few days, but may not have that exact luxury. And one reason we want to go ahead and get this done today, because I'm hoping this may be our last chance for a little while, hoping we're using that new mower there this time next week. I guess we'll keep her. I got a soft heart. we'll give her another chance to get bred back. Probably shouldn't, but all right. No, and then now we run into that dilemma. If a few more of these will sort out of here. Of course, that one we're gonna preg check her, but I'm almost certain she's gonna go. 112 has to go. No, we're getting down to the ones that want out are the ones we need to keep. All right, let me see if we can run them all in the barn and sort that way. We're not hooked up and ready to load up yet, but we're doing good on time. All right, you calves, y'all just stay out of here. All right, so we'd like to sort these calves, and there's a couple of, trying to think which cows don't go. That horned heifer doesn't go. She might be the only adult that we need to sort. That's fine, you can go that way, you can go that way. Not you. Hey, y'all stay in there. No, don't you try me. That's one reason you're leaving. Go on down there, big mama. 112, you can go down there. Go on down there, 112. So now I just need those two cows. Cows, y'all go that way. Go that way, cows. Go that way, you two. There we go. Touchdown. All right. Okay, we're in good shape. We got everything sorted. Those 6 right there, the lady's gonna make a ride, pending palpation on the horned cow. Yep, they're all going to town. Yes, we get lots of questions about 216. She bred back, she's doing her job. She's as gentle as she can be. All right, we're gonna also take this opportunity to turn the rest of these out into some new grass. So, there you go, ladies. See, y'all not only make the cut, at least for now, but y'all also get a little new grass. Woolly Bear, our original bottle calf, she's getting pretty old. She was kind of one where I thought, yeah, if she's not bred, she'll definitely go, but she bred back, so. All right, yeah, y'all go on out there. We're gonna open this other gate over here. A few of these that still in the creek bottom. Left them in here with the rest of them. But yeah, market's good right now, man. I've gotten a lot of messages lately. I guess the big news this past week, they closed the border, the Mexican border for imports of cattle again. You know, it closed for, 6 weeks or so back into the year. And they reopened it, closed it again because of concerns with screwworm. So just more kind of bullish news for cattle markets when they were already really high. So we'll take a little bit of an advantage of that because cold cow prices are really good too. As I back the trailer up here, I'm reminded of one of the flaws in our system. So have 2 that we're gonna palpate real quickly, see if they're pregnant. And so have to swing that gate back around that way so that I can pull this slider out to let somebody down the alley. And so I was gonna go ahead and have the trailer all ready where I could just run them right in the trailer once we get done with this. Now I've gotta wait, swing that gate back around, and then back the trailer down. All right, so we'll see. Definitely need to palpate the horned cow. I mean, she should have calved if she was truly bred like the test said last fall. She should have calved this past spring. That cow staring me down, kind of distracted me for a second. The other one, I don't know. She gave a recheck number, which basically means they're in the gray zone, that they had enough of that, I believe it's, I think the test, it's called a BioPrin test by IDEXX, the blood test for pregnancy. I believe it's pregnancy-associated glycoproteins. So most of them, you'll get a number, and I don't remember the reference range, but it's way above it, so they're definitely pregnant, or it's practically 0, and so they're definitely not pregnant. And she kind of fell in that small little zone in the middle where, okay, so you're saying there's a chance kind of thing. All right, well, if she wants to go first, we'll just palpate her first. She is good and gentle, unlike her. Hey, No, not today, baby. You're going to town either way, but I'd rather not have my last memory with you that you're trying to kill me, or I guess potentially even my last memory ever. All right, so I guess what I'm rambling about, I doubt, even if this one is bred, that we're gonna be able to feel anything. You know, if she was just so early, maybe. We'll see if it's enough to prompt us to give her one more chance. She's a good, gentle cow. So I really like her look. Just, she's not gonna have babies for us. This is all pointless. Okay, we'll see what we feel. It's just kind of a why not situation. We got her caught, might as well. Whoa, maybe that's why not. Easy, girl, easy, girl. Girl. Come on, baby, it's a chance to redeem yourself. This, of course, was a home-raised heifer, you know, that everything plays into them. You can find all kinds of ways to get sentimental and make decisions with our heart instead of our head. Yeah, I certainly don't feel anything that would change my mind. All right, girl. And they can check them at the sale barn, but of course, at that point, she's gone. I mean, I'm not gonna sit around and buy her back. We gotta get back home. But in terms of at least selling her, you know, possibly as a short-bred cow versus just as a way up. Okay, I don't even know what I filmed and what I hadn't. I think I forgot to hit record. This cow palpates bread, so I let her out. Well, what I didn't do was make sure that I'd shut the gates. In my mind, when I backed the truck all the way down, oh, I'm an idiot. I had every intention, like, we're gonna check her, but we're gonna sell her. And I just wasn't even thinking about the possibility that I was gonna be turning her back out. She checks bread, I turn her back out without even shutting the gate. So, all right, we're gonna run. I was just saying, but I hadn't hit record, that she's not the best disposition. She's not just absolutely stupid, but she's also not one of the easiest ones to catch. All right, crisis averted. She took a left right here into the riding arena. So this will be fairly simple. We're gonna shut the gates to the arena, open the other gates, let her out to pasture. Never a dull moment, right? Never a dull moment. Okay, so now she's back in pasture, albeit not the exact right pasture, but it'll work. So I'll give you the quick kind of background on her. So she was, you know, with the bulls last spring, this time of year, was theoretically bred at that point, tested pregnant like in August or September, whenever we preg checked all of those, but did not calve this spring. So apparently that test was either just wrong or, you know, those are early pregnancies when we detect them. She lost that pregnancy, is probably most likely, but then got bred back because we turned the bulls back in with everybody in January and February, because theoretically it was only our fall calvers that were open at that point, unless you had a situation like her. She's definitely bred, we could feel palpate pregnancy. So, you know, then you think to yourself, well, she already missed once. Do you need to go ahead and get rid of her? Well, I think there's an argument for that. She could lose this pregnancy just like she lost that one, absolutely. But also look at it, you know, we just paid, I think our average was like $2,300, maybe between $2,300 and $2,400 a head for bred cows that we bought 10 days ago. She's not gonna bring that much to the sale barn. Not selling her, not likely anyway, selling her as a short bred. Two, she does have what's now a relatively mild lameness, has been a little worse. So basically, I think she's worth more than that to me. With calf prices where they are, you know, she'll have a calf to wean about this time next year that you know, who knows what the market's gonna be like at that point, but that calf may be worth a couple $1,000s, even, you know, as crazy as that sounds. But all right, enough rambling, let's get them loaded. Just trying to think, do I want to load them all in one bunch, or try to gate them? Probably just load them all in one bunch. All good dispositions except for her. All right, y'all go on. Yep. Got a 4-year-old cow, 2 3-year-old cows. I guess 3 3-year-old cows. Y'all, come on. All right, now since they did that, good grief, that hurt. Oh my gosh, that gate caught me. Y'all go on, y'all go on. Y'all go on, get on that trailer. Go on, just one of you be the smart one. There we go, there we go. Y'all going up there. Y'all going up there. Oh my goodness gracious. The reason I did that, 226 is an idiot. And it takes me a second to get those butterfly gates shut. I don't want her to get in there, hit this second cut gate, just be right back here on the back with me standing there goofing off trying to get gates shut. So we may open up and give those other 3 a little more room, but we just gotta get these other 2 on there first. Y'all go on, y'all go on, get on that trailer. Go on, Goofy, go on, Goofy. Go on, Goofy, go on, Big Mama. Go on, Big Mama. Go on, step on up there. All right. Yeah, because had I cut them right here, those 2 would have been just going right here. And who knows, she might would have stayed on there and given me however long to get these gates shut, but I wasn't willing to find out. All right. We'll see how crowded that first bunch looks, but I think they're probably okay. But it's getting warm today. We're going up into the 80s. We're in the 70s already. So I also wanted to go ahead and get things rolling before it does just get a lot hotter than we want it to be whenever we're handling cattle. Oh. All right. Oh yeah, y'all got room for days. Okay. We're gonna pull up here to the house, top off our coffee cup, and be, you want to say eastbound and down so we can sing along, but in reality we're going to be more northbound than anything. Northeastbound, I guess we should say. I'm going to find 2 dogs as well. Cattle and dogs all loaded up. Yeah, we're going to go to one of our, you know, really the closest barn to us this week. You know, when we get talking about selling cattle, and you know, especially people in this area, man, people can get, not literally coming to blows, but when you're talking about, let me get my hair set right, you know, you should go to this market, or you should go to that market, whatever. Well, and we do sell it, you know, I guess primarily just 2 different ones, but right now it almost does not matter. The market is hot, hot, hot. Especially when we're gonna haul off some cull cows. We're gonna be smart about it. We're not gonna haul them 200 miles, you know, to get another 10 cents a pound or anything like that. Yeah, markets are good just about everywhere. So headed to Trenton. They've been good to us, and they've had a really good market. We know we bought some calves there. The last calves we bought were from there, and they're getting just as good a money there as anywhere else. So, all right, yeah, look at these cows. I don't know, the biggest Hereford, she's gonna weigh, I bet she should be 1,300. We'll know here. Well, we probably won't know for a few days because I'll just wait and get a ticket in the mail. We're not gonna sit and watch them sell. I think even that smallest kind of goofy cow, she ought to be 9 to 950. I think they'll average probably 1,100. Market's been pretty good, so it'll be a nice little decent payday for some weigh ups or cull cows. Well, we were doing really good on time, and we still are. It's just now 9 o'clock. We were on pace to be there before 10, which I had said if we leave by 10, I'm in good shape. But there's a wreck up here apparently. Looks like they have got helicopter, so hospital wing. So bad situation. Hope everyone is okay. Of course, the secondary concern is I don't know how long we could be sitting here. It's 73 degrees. I don't want these cows sitting here too long. We could make a U-turn right there. Yeah, we're not even a half mile from the accident. It's just going to be 10 or 15 minutes before they get this opened back up. That might be best for us just to sit here, but we got to make a decision. Yeah, obviously, pray that nobody is, critically injured. But yeah, not a good sign when the helicopter's here. Oh no, it looks like there's a truck, like 18-wheeler, kind of sideways. Looks like it is still upright, but man, yeah, scary situation. Okay, made it to the barn. God, it looks like they're unloading one right now. Got a couple of them more in front of us, so shouldn't be too long of a wait. It's getting close to 80 degrees though, so yeah, I'm glad we went ahead and got this done pretty early. It's only 10 o'clock. I kind of said we needed to be on the road no later than 10, and hey, we're already here at 10, which we get unloaded in a timely fashion. We'll be back home before noon, have the rest of the day get some stuff done. Yeah, definitely not going to wait around. Sale starts at 1. I mean, we're just to pick, carry a check home. We can be patient and we'll get this check by the end of the week. Somebody on our trailer is being a little bit unruly back there. But, yeah, made the right decision to turn around. I feel confident. I think our GPS was saying we were going to be here like 10 minutes earlier than when we arrived, and I feel pretty confident we were going to be waiting there for probably at least 10 minutes before we could have gotten through, and possibly a lot longer. I actually need to check there's about a dozen different ways we can go back home. We'll choose one of the alternate routes, but it wasn't too bad, was it, Sadie? Neely? All right, made it back home. Good little quick trip. We were back home by noon. Heat up some leftover taco meat for a quick lunch. Just checking on this crew. Yeah, looks like everybody did make it back here into this pasture. Nothing has grazed this other than the donkeys. Horses were back here all winter. We did get a little fertilizer spread on these pastures. Not much. It was basically just what we had left over from the other pastures that we were primarily intending to fertilize. But yeah, grass back here is in pretty good shape. We're gonna shut the fence or gates so we can have them trapped in here. We've been doing a really bad job of actually rotationally grazing these cows. The creek bottoms, counting what's our property and the neighbors, can really be in 3 different pastures, and they cross fence is still bad in a couple of spots, just kind of in spite of us patching here and there. And so I'll shut them into one area, and then the next day I'll come check, and half of them are gotten into anyway. So maybe officially, really rotationally grazing. But yeah, things look pretty good back here. All you ladies that didn't get taken to town, which there was only about 3 that could have gone, but I kind of gave them a pass, and then yeah, check the old horn girl over there, and sure enough, she's bred. And I don't know, any of you out there that also do YouTube, you know how it is. You hit the button on the camera, you think you're filming, and inevitably it happens at some point where you're not filming. And then when you hit the button again to think you're stopping filming, you're actually starting to film. That happened. We palpated her, like, oh crap, or oh good, she is bred. Now all of a sudden we're not gonna put her on the trailer. And so then when I let her out the head gate, and I'd already backed the truck up, I'd left the gates open because in my mind I was thinking, she's not bred. We're loading all 6 of these animals up. I'm just gonna pull right out of here. We got her caught back, but I don't know how much of that was explained at all because I don't really know when I was filming or when I wasn't. So hopefully I caught most of it and this won't make any sense. But yeah, we did palpate her. We palpated that other, I believe she was 218. She is open. Oh, another thing we need to do. So we do have 3 calves that are now weaned because one cow had never calved that we hauled off. One cow lost her calf this spring. The other 3 had fall calves and did not get bred back as they should have. So that's the next thing I need to do is get my numbers for which 3 of those calves are. Just be sure they don't try to get out and go looking for mama. So 437, 439, and 440 are the 3 calves we're looking for, which they're good sized calves. That's 441. They're all between like 5 and 6 months old, born last fall. So there's all 3 calves we're looking for. There's 437. You may have to take my word for it. Maybe those 2 right there. 439 and 440. Oh, yep, there's 439, that kind of curly coated one right there. Yep, and the red white face one, 440. So none of them seem to be too distressed. I mean, they're plenty big enough to wean, but again, our typical weaning is we get everybody up, we shut the calves up there in the pens, leave them there for, I don't know, 10 days, 2 weeks, or they're right there just across the fence from mama. Moms can come up there and check on them. There's a lot of bawling and crying for a day or 2, and let them get good and used to life without mom before we then send them up the road. Oh yeah, it is breeding season. Cow number 33. That's good. You need to get bred back. Just drag that right here through the gate where they can get to it. We'll drag it over here just a little ways where it's not right in the way of the gate. Another little project I have to work on. You know, I've really been happy with this four-wheeler, especially because we've been down the Honda side-by-side, which I do think we're going to have it back pretty soon. My buddy that's been tearing into it and thought it was a broken timing chain. I don't think that's exactly what they found, but I'll be honest, I don't understand greatly the inner workings of the internal combustion engine. So I understand basically what's been going on with it, but anyway, he thinks they're going to have it back to me here just about any day now. All right, but yeah, I guess what I was saying, probably going to, full-wheel drive is not working on this thing, in spite of it, it's supposed to be a full-wheel drive. Not a lot of tread on those tires. I have gotten semi-stuck on it like 3 times in the last week, mainly out here in these bottoms, having to cross some of the ditches. Haven't had to do the walk of shame back to the house to get the side-by-side or tractor in to pull me out, but I've had to do a lot of rocking and back and forth and whatnot, and getting myself muddier than I would like, usually like on my lunch break. So I think maybe it's relatively simple as placing the front axles, and I say simple, I think I can tackle that project, but I've never done that before. But need to diagnose exactly what's going on with this thing. So yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna be an expert on diagnosing this, but yeah, there's some play in that axle right there for sure. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we've got a problem there. This side will turn, but doesn't want to turn freely. Set of axles for this thing, those front CV axles is only 140 bucks. I mean, yeah, it all adds up, but I think that might be where we start. You out there are experts on a front axle repair, replacement, or general ATV maintenance, feel free to comment and tell me. Like, yeah, that's definitely a problem. I think that one, almost don't have much doubt. Even if that's not the total problem, that is a problem, so. And hey, I've utilized the good YouTube to watch some how-to videos on doing it already. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look like it's too far outside of my capabilities. But all right, Kaylin has given me a to-do project. Let's go ahead and let her back down there. Walk over here. I guess I better cut the radio off. We're gonna get a copyright violation. Okay, that shouldn't be too major. Need to hang another saddle rack, she says. All right, well, now, if I can find some hardware like that, that may be my biggest challenge is, do I have some of that hardware laying around somewhere? Probably do if I can find it. I think the drill is in the back of the side-by-side. Maybe a little unconventional use of impact, but that is solid. All right, okay, well, like I said, it is warmed on up. Need to check, because the phone said it wasn't gonna rain today or tomorrow, but then big chance of rain Friday, Saturday, pretty much all the way through Tuesday, we got a little rain chance. Yeah, it says 15%. What I'm hoping is, looking ahead, like I mentioned it earlier when we were down there at the barn, I don't know what I was recording and what I wasn't. I want to go ahead and get those cows hauled today because I'm hopeful. I don't know how likely it's going to be. We may can cut some hay a week from today. So, we don't want to have to be hauling off cull cows or something like that, keep us out of the hayfield, because when we do finally get a little break in the rain, we got some hay needs to be cut. Our good Bermuda grass we just picked up for this year just got fertilized like 10 days ago. It is jumping. It especially will now that we're really starting to warm on up. It likes those warm temperatures. Certainly it likes that nitrogen and water that's been getting. So we really want to get all our mixed grass, kind of lower quality stuff cut and done with, because it's ready now. And not have that delay us from getting to that stuff, because that's going to be our really high quality, what we're probably going to put in the barn. But yeah, what I'm thinking is, but forecast is still continuing to look promising for next week and into the next weekend. Maybe this weekend, start working on getting the mower hooked back up to the tractor. Use that new trail disc mower one time over about 20 acres. So need to be sure we get everything hooked up properly, get it serviced. Say it shouldn't need a whole lot of servicing. It's practically brand new, but be sure we got everything ready to go with it. Need to get the fuel tank put back on the truck, because we're gonna be in the hayfield. We're gonna need to be keeping tractors fueled up. But yeah, got a bunch of good stuff coming up. Yeah, the cows should be relatively on cruise control right now. We got pregnancy results back, got cold, who we needed to get cold. Yeah, and then if we stick to our plan with those stocker steers up the road, we're only, maybe a month and a half away from possibly going ahead and getting rid of some. Selling the bulk of that group, letting those pastures recover, during the warmer summer months while we've, fescue's kind of hitting the slump anyway, seeing how we do on moisture into the late summer, and maybe bringing in another group kind of late summer, early fall. We'll see, all to be determined. But yeah, I think we're gonna work on ordering some axles for this thing. I need to, the yard. I actually need to go to the driving range, which is really strange for me to say. Have not picked up a golf club in 12 years, almost 12 years, but I kind of got roped into doing a charity golf scramble. So it is a scramble. Thankfully, I'm almost 100% certain that the other 3 members of my team will be far better than me. I know a couple of them will, no doubt. Almost certainly all of them. So I just don't want to absolutely embarrass myself. So, and I need to see if I can find my golf clubs. I used to enjoy golfing on a rare occasion, was never good at it. But yeah, if I'm going to be playing at an event like that around other people that I know and respect, I don't want to make a fool of myself. So may even try to run to the driving range for just a minute this afternoon. But anyway, I'm rambling. Told you I already had some leftover tacos for lunch. we actually have some of those homegrown T-bones that we brought home a week ago. We're gonna put on the grill tonight. I don't know, some sides, some fresh vegetables thrown on the grill as well. But we appreciate y'all watching. Again, apologies that we only had one video this week. It's just, you know, if y'all enjoy the horse showing content, let me know. Maybe I'll try to remember to take the camera next time and then do a video just on some of those out of town trips we do. But it was also nice just to be there as a dad and a husband and not worry about, you know, filming for, you know, YouTube documentation. But anyway, done rambling. Appreciate y'all watching. Oh, hey, I'm not quite done rambling. Ag Gear farm shirt, just the t-shirt. Actually, as I was sorting those cows this morning, I was like, it'd be nice if I'd worn a stockyard because I had my paper, my notes with who we needed to call, and then remember to put it. So, but hey, it's good t-shirt weather too. Yeah, use that discount code Hurricane, 15% off everything you want. But that's it. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all eat beef and God bless.